Hi everyone. Here we are going to discuss about biology syllabus for NEET entrance exam and weightage of each unit. Here we have units and weightages in percentages. The first unit is diversity of living organisms and the second one is structural organization in plants and animals. The first unit includes four chapters, that is living world, biological classification, plant kingdom and animal kingdom. The overall unit weightage is 14%. Among 100 questions you will get 14 questions. Then the second one is structural organization in plants and animals. And this unit has three chapters and its percentage of weightage is 5%. The chapters are morphology of flowering plants, anatomy of flowering plants, structural organization in animals. So let us go in detail with each chapter. In the first unit, the first chapter is the living world. In the living world, we are going to study what is living and what is non-living, and what are the differences between the living and non-living things. And second one is biological classification. Here in the living systems, we consider the living systems as biological systems. In these biological systems and this among these living organisms, how they are classified based on unicellular, multicellular, and based on the movements, functions and etc. Next one is plant kingdom. The biology is a combination of two subjects. They are botany and zoology. Here botany stands for plant studies and the zoology stands for animal studies. In plant studies, plant kingdom, it is classified into plant kingdom. Botany is classified into plant kingdom, and here how the plants are bifurcated and unicellular, multicellular modifications and the time they produce flower and the mode of fruiting, etc., etc., we get in this chapter. And the fourth one is animal kingdom. In this, as we studied in the plant kingdom, in the same way we are going to study about the animal kingdom and how the animals are classified based on unicellular, multicellular and their movements and the habitations where they live. So this is about the unit 1, and the unit 2 is structural organization in plants and animals. This unit explains about the structure and functions of plants and animals. So first one is morphology of flowering plants. This chapter gives us a detailed account of the structure of a plant. What is the structure and what are the parts included in that structure and what are the functions of that parts. And the second one is anatomy of flowering plants. Anatomy in the sense the internal organization of plant is called as anatomy, or whatever it may be. If it is an animal, it is called as anatomy of a animal. So here in the anatomy of flowering plants, we are going to study about the internal organization. What are the tissues and what are the cells are present in the plants and what are the different functions of that tissues and cells. Third one is structural organization in animals. Here we are going to study about the morphology of animals and how the parts are arranged in one class to another class and how they are bifurcated, and what are the functions of that structure and parts. So this is about the second unit. And the third unit is cell structure and its function, and the weightage of this unit is 9%. The overall unit gives us an idea about what is cell. It is a basic unit of an organism, whether it may be a plant or an animal, and what is the function of a cell? What does it do in our body? So this unit includes three chapters, that is a cell, the unit of life, and the biomolecules, and the cell cycle and cell division. Here the cell, the unit of life, in this chapter it gives a detailed account of what the importance of cell and its organization. What is cell? What is the shape of a cell and what is the content of a cell? What does the cell consists of, and how much important it is in each and every organism. And the second one is biomolecules. The most important molecules which are present in the living body are considered as biomolecules. Without that biomolecules, each and even a single function is not possible. So that it gives about knowledge about that kind of molecules. Next one is cell cycle and cell division. How the cell reproduces another one. It is called as cell cycle and cell division, and how that cell develops. How the cell develops, there are many stages, so it gives an idea about cell cycle and cell division. And the fourth unit is plant physiology. It and the percentage of weightage is 6%, and it is a most important chapter, and it gives a more idea about plant and their functions. It includes 5 chapters, that is transport in plants, mineral nutrition, photosynthesis in the higher plants, respiration in plants, and plant growth and development. Transport in the plants. It gives an account of how the water is transferred from the root to the tip of a stem, and how it is transported to the different parts of the plant, that is leaves, flowers, etc., etc., fruits and all. How the water is transporting, and how the minerals which are produced, and how the food is transported among the plant. Next one is mineral nutrition. How the minerals which are present in the soil are absorbed into the roots, and they are transported into the different parts of the plant. And about that mechanism we are going to study in this chapter. Next one is the most important one, that is photosynthesis in higher plants. We already know these plants are autotrophic, and they can prepare their own food material with the help of a mechanism, that is photosynthesis. We are going to study how the photosynthesis occur in plants. And the next one is respiration in plants. Not only in animals, plants also respire. So what is the mechanism, how they respire, how they exchange the gases? We already listened that we already know that plants take in carbon dioxide and they give out oxygen. So about that mechanism we are going to study in this chapter. And the fifth one is plant growth and development. For each and every organism, whether it is single cellular or multicellular, each and every organism requires some of the proteins for its development. So in the case of plant development, what are the proteins are involved, and how the plant develops, sprouting, growing, and death phases. All these phases will come under this chapter. Okay, this is about the plant physiology. And the fifth unit is human physiology. As we discussed in the plant physiology, in the same way human physiology also. And and percentage of weightage is 20%. Here it includes 7 chapters, and this is one very important chapter, a very important unit. Here we have 7 chapters: digestion and absorption, breathing and exchange of gases, body fluids and circulation, excretory products and their elimination, locomotion and the movement, neural control and coordination, chemical coordination and integration. All about the functions which are present in our body. We are humans, right? In our body, what are the functions are happening? This unit gives a detailed account about that. Okay, and the next one is fourth one is sixth one is reproduction. It includes 4 chapters, and the weightage is 9%. And it includes 4 chapters, that is reproduction in organisms, sexual reproduction in flowering plants, human reproduction, reproductive health. The first chapter is reproduction in organisms. There are many types of reproductions. This chapter gives a detailed account of the types of reproductions. And the sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Not only in animals, in the flowering plants, like plants also, there is a mode of reproduction, that is sexual reproduction, how the mechanism occurs. And the human reproduction and reproductive health. Next one is 7th chapter, that is genetics and evolution. Here we have 18% percentage of weightage. And genetics, the gene studies, it includes 3 chapters, and these units give us a detailed knowledge of how the evolution took place from an unicellular organism to multicellular organisms, how the genetic changes came. So in order to study the genetics and evolution, the basics is principles of inheritance and variation. These principles of inheritance and variation gives a basic knowledge of genetics and evolution. Next one is molecular basis of inheritance and evolution. Molecular basis of inheritance, it gives how the combinations takes place, how the recombinations takes place, and how an individual differ from an individual and all. Next one is eighth chapter, that is biology and human welfare. Here we have 9% of weightage. Here this unit includes three chapters of human health and disease, strategies of enhancement in food production, microbes in human welfare. So by human, for welfare of the human being, we are getting different kinds of foods and helping microbes. So such about this unit gives the detailed account of such microbes and foods, and diseases among the human, and how to maintain our health, and etc etc. And ninth chapter is biotechnology and applications, and it is with the 4% of weightage. It includes only two chapters: biotechnology principles and processes, and biotechnology and its applications, and this is called as advanced biology branch. And the next one is, last one is ecology and environment. It gives a detailed account of environmental studies, and the biotic and abiotic systems, and the interaction between the biotic and abiotic systems. It includes four chapters, and the percentage of weightage is 6%. Here we have four chapters. There are organisms and populations, ecosystem, biodiversity and its conservation, environmental issues. So the first chapter, organisms and population. How an organism form a community, and the community form a population, and what is difference between organism, community and the population, we will go through in this chapter. And this ecosystem, what is ecosystem, and what are the contents of ecosystem, what are the systems present in this ecosystem, like biotic, abiotic, like that all. Next one is biodiversity and its conservation. Biodiversity in the sense, among the environment, among our surroundings, different kind, we will see a different kind of animals, plants, etc etc. So that difference in the biological systems is called as biodiversity, and how to conserve it, how to preserve it, it gives a detailed account that. And the fourth one is environmental issues. Environmental issues due to human activity. We are we are facing different problems from environment, such as greenhouse effect, chlorofluorocarbons, earthquakes, cyclones, etc etc, and depletion of ozone layer. So this chapter gives us detailed information of that environmental issues. So the up to now we discussed 10 chapters and the weightages, and what are the 10 units and 36 chapters, and detailed account, detailed in the sense a brief knowledge about the chapters. And for the NEET examination, biology gives stands for half of the marks, that is 360 marks. In this 360 marks, we have 90 questions, and each question carries 4 marks. And the NEET examination is a negative marking examination. We have, for the one mistake, we will go for 0.25 marks. Okay, we lose 0.25 marks, and each question carries 4 marks. Okay, this is about a brief explanation of the syllabus of biology, which is used for NEET examination. Thank you.